Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. Today I'd like to make a short video on the rules of uploading on Spreadshirt, because the rules that Spreadshirt have, they differ a little bit from other print-on-demand websites. Now, I sell on Spreadshirt because it is by far at the moment, well, not by far, but it significantly shows more sales than most of the other platforms. The only other platform where I make nearly as many sales is Amazon Merch, and very recently also Amazon KDP. But besides that, Spreadshirt.co.uk, or generally the European marketplace, works best for me. So maybe first I want to talk about the different marketplaces quickly, then my own sales, just to give you an update and why I like Spreadshirt, and then I would like to talk about the different rules about, why some people see designs being rejected on Spreadshirt, because I had a few questions about that, and it is when people don't understand the rules that Spreadshirt actually have, which then might cause some of these designs to be rejected. So Spreadshirt have basically two marketplaces, two separate websites. So one website is Spreadshirt, basically Spreadshirt Europe, but that's divided into Spreadshirt. I think there's a UK marketplace, there's a German marketplace, there's an Italian one, I think there's a Spanish one, French, I think even the Netherlands, they have an own Spreadshirt website. But these actually all belong to the European marketplace, and they are all connected. So when you upload one to Spreadshirt.co.uk, that design will be translated automatically, and it will be on the German marketplace as well, and it also will be on the Italian marketplace and the Spanish one, and so on. Now, then there's a separate one, which is Spreadshirt.com, which is the US marketplace, which is completely separate. So you have to register on both of these websites or both marketplaces, so either the European one and so you have to register on the European one and the US marketplace. They are completely different websites, completely different marketplaces. They're not connected at all, so you can upload the same design onto the European marketplace and the US marketplace. Now, I like Spreadshirt because they give me a lot of sales. I don't know why. Why that is so much more than other marketplaces. And if you've followed me for the last few weeks or months, then you know that I've really only started end of November on Spreadshirt, and I have seen quite good sales, especially considering that print on demand is a slow business and it takes time to pick up. But if I look at the last, actually, this is quite funny. If I look at the last 30 days here, it's quite funny that the right hand side mirrors the left hand side pretty much. It mirrors it nearly. There's a bit of a difference, but actually you see the spike here on the 16th of February, and also a spike here on the 17th of March, and then you've got these sales in the middle. But looking at my the last 3 months, I mean, it's pretty consistent. Every week I've seen sales. And like week 51, I think it started a bit earlier. I've been pretty much doing Spreadshirt for the last 4 months now. So as you can see here, there's been a trend of going up, then it went down slightly, but now it's picked up again. And now we are in week 11, made 3 sales so far in week 11, but week 11 is only, it's pretty much halfway through. So I might see some more sales. So it's picked up recently after week 9 was quite weak. But it will always vary a little bit, so I'm not worried about that. I'm quite happy with how it's going on Spreadshirt. And also the profit margin is quite good compared to other websites like Zazzle. I think it's quite low, but you can obviously change that. But Spreadshirt, you can't really change it if you don't have your own shop on Spreadshop. But still, I'm really happy with how it's going. Okay, so now that you've seen that, or why I like Spreadshirt, now I'd like to talk about what are actually the rules for uploading on Spreadshirt and what are the main reasons for design rejection. And they actually have published something in their help section about why designs get rejected. So the first one, so I had this myself. When I uploaded designs, I had some rejections, and I didn't understand why, because these designs belonged to me. Now, many people have asked me why they get their designs rejected, and I've got the feeling that's why many people don't like Spreadshirt, because they don't understand the rules. But actually, the rules are quite clear. You just need to, because they're just a bit different to other websites, you just need to understand them, and you just have to play the game. I mean, that's it. To be successful, you have to just make sure you go by the standards of that marketplace. Now, first of all, they say that you can get a design rejected and it says rights unaccounted. And this is when they don't really, and some of these might be rejected by their just by their bot. I think they've got a bot probably checking them, but some might actually be rejected by, if they go into pending and they're in pending for a while after you uploaded them, I think then a person looks at them and might actually reject them. So there is, if you just copy, for example, if you just copy a design from somewhere and it's not really clear if it's copyright or not, they might reject it because they think, or if they find it on another website. I think sometimes they do a search for the same design or the same graphic, and if they find this somewhere else on the internet, they reject the design and the rights unaccounted. So what I've done a few times when I had that, I've actually emailed them with a proof that I have the right to use that design. So that could be if you have a Canva subscription, and then you can just make a copy that, make a screenshot, show them that you actually have a subscription. Or I also use All Sunsets or All American Graphics, which are other websites that I've recommended before. When you download one from there and they find the same design or the same graphic, just in another design, for example, on Redbubble, they might reject the design. And this is when you have to tell them that you actually have the right to use that graphic. So you might have to contact them and send them a screenshot. And I've had some of these designs then approved. Then copyright, which is obviously a big one. So I had one rejected recently, which was, it was just a text-based one. It just said world's best boss. And I had a few of them actually selling. Now, the problem was that I think Boss pretty much the font was quite similar to the actual Hugo Boss sign or label. So I had that rejected. So there's not really a lot you can do about copyright rejection, unless it's really, if you're really 100% sure that it's not copyright protected. I still think the one they rejected for me, the Boss one, I don't think that's copyright. I think they just thought it looks similar, but it's actually a different font. So no reason why they should have rejected. And it doesn't say Hugo Boss, it just says world's best boss, but there you go. Now, they've got design quality or community standards. Well, this is obviously, if you put something like illegal content in there, there's other stuff which you might, normally nobody with common sense would publish anything that promotes like hate or anything. So yeah, that's pretty clear. And then design quality. I think this is when really the quality wouldn't really fit on a product. Like the quality would come out bad if they print it. Like if it's blurred, as they say here, washed out, low contrast. So you want to make sure that it's got a good quality and it's not blurred or anything, and the design has a certain image size. So, and then you've got marketplace standards, and this is where they've got something like, is pretty unclear actually, but this is where I never had a rejection from that. So this is where they say it is really highly personal or specific content, like names, birth dates, email or website addresses. So this is also what Amazon don't want, if you put really names with a surname on there, or really highly personal, but I never had that issue. And then quality of search results. So I think if you don't have any tags, or if you have tags which are completely different and don't match the design, so you don't want that. And then they also say we reject a series of designs in which only a few elements vary. Now that's the important bit, because many people had rejections of this. So for example, a series of designs like vintage since year, with all numbered years from 1901 to 2025, or 5-star job, including all kinds of occupations from accountant to zookeeper, aren't permissible. Also, unformatted single words, single numbers, or letters won't be published in the marketplace. But many people had, I think, a series of designs rejected. Now, I had that as well. I still upload some of these, like, legend, born in, and then a year, and I don't get rejections, and I do get around this issue. So you still want to be careful. So there's no guarantee it might work. They might still one day reject them. But for me, it works when you have a series of designs. And for example, you have many people do that, and I do that as well. When you have a good design and you might just change the font color. So the workaround is that you don't upload these on the same day. So you might have a series, you might have, let's say, a series of designs and you have 20 designs that are very similar. So you will only want to upload one of them each day, and then it is very likely it doesn't get picked up and rejected. So you want to mix every day. You've got an upload limit of 20 uploads on Spreadshirt. So you want to mix different designs every day, but that doesn't mean that you couldn't upload the series of designs over various days. So that's what I sometimes do. If I have a design for birthdays with a year, like 1990, 1991, and only the year differs, then I want to upload that over various days. I will still use my 20 uploads because I've got other designs, but I will not mix similar designs in the same upload batch, if that makes sense. So, and that's the biggest one, I think, why people get rejections on Spreadshirt. I think this is the biggest one. You just want to make sure you don't upload very similar designs on the same day. You can still use your 20-day upload limit and definitely use it, but you want to mix different designs on the same day. And the other big one is, and I talked about that, it's rights unaccounted for. So whenever you feel it's unjustified that you get a rejection because you actually own the rights of that design, you created it yourself, you've subscribed to Canva or Vexels or whatever, and you just used their designs or graphics and then created your own unique design, you want to get in contact with them. And they actually have their website here, which is verify@spreadshirt.com. Or depending on your marketplace, it will be .co.uk or .de for Germany. And then you just want to tell them that actually you have the right, and they will tell you if they need a proof or whatever. So hopefully this was useful for you. I hope it made a bit clearer why Spreadshirt rejects designs. And they implemented this policy not so long ago. I think before that you could just upload series of designs, but you can't do that anymore, which doesn't mean you can't do it. You just have to split it over various days. Now, I hope this was useful, and I hope you will try to use Spreadshirt now if you maybe stopped using it because those rules were a bit unclear to you, because I can only recommend Spreadshirt. It works really well for me. I must say I see more sales on the European marketplace than the US marketplace. I don't know why, but that's what it is at the moment. And if you liked the video, then please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on my print on demand journey, then please subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.